Elīna and Günther are with me now. Hi, you two. Long time no see. Last night. As we just saw, there's so much physical comedy for the two of you. How do you balance all of that action with the vocal demands?
Well, I don't know who is more challenged in this opera. Maybe you, because you have to switch also the sexual appearance.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Just
I mean, it really is, for me, it's a high intensity interval training. That's what I've been doing for this role. Like, kind of every role requires a certain preparation for me, because it really is. And you want to make it credible. You want to look the Octavian of 17 years. And 17 years boys with their hormonal disasters going in the body, they have a certain switch. And, you know, to make it run, make it believable, I need to have a lot of
and you have a high range singing also. Beautiful.
Yeah, also, I mean, it really is. I believe that we singers are really our sportists, and you need to train your condition for it. It doesn't happen from one day to the other.
And you too, I know. You run, right, Günther? You're a runner?
He does everything. Oh my
Yes,
God.
Does everything.
Yeah, I have to stay in form physically, because especially in the first act, this is really extremely demanding. And yesterday, for instance, I wasn't warmed up as I was the last two shows, and I felt that there's an organ which is called heart. And when you have the high F for, I don't know, 8 or 9 bars, you just feel that it starts to really bump. And it's really a very demanding role.
Sounded fabulous. It was beautiful.
Nobody knows what's going on inside, yes.
True. Elīna, we hope. In the clip we just watched, you're playing a boy pretending to be a girl, but aside from the comic aspects, what would you say is the essence of Octavian and the choice he faces?
I think it's a boy who, through the circumstances he's put in by himself and by surrounding situation, he has to grow up. He kind of is really passing from in-love boy who has been, maybe for the first time, really refused, sorry. And then he kind of falls in love and is, you know, have to fight, actually, maybe for the girl. And he has to be a man enough to face somebody who is older, who is, you know, probably more experienced in love, not by the position. So he needs to stand up for him and for his new world.
It's fun. And Günther, audiences tend to think of Ox as a, I don't know, a silly, one-dimensional character, a buffo character, really. But in this production, you bring out so many different aspects of his personality. Tell us about working with Robert Carson on your characterization.
Well, I mean, I think that's a little bit one-dimensional, only to show the loser from the very beginning. And I think it's very interesting if you show many motivations. And the motivations are quite clear. It's, of course, he wants to get to the possessions of Faninal and his daughter, but the daughter is just like the piece of whipped cream on the cake. It's not really the main thing, and the way
well said.
and the way how he wants to achieve his goal is really interesting, especially when we have our strong scene at the very end, also almost at the very end, when I start to blackmail you, and these are aspects that are sometimes not shown in this way, and I think that's unusual, and it enriches the whole production, and Robert fortunately got also an emphasis on these very spots.
Yeah, it's a much more differentiated, it's a quite fascinating characterization, and you're dangerous in this show, unlike most of the time when we do this. And it's been so much fun working with you. I mean, really a joy to watch you work, and I can't wait for the HD transmission on May 13th. Yeah. And meanwhile, I'll see you on Monday night for the next performance.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
Have a good
so
weekend.
much. Yeah, thank you. You too. Rest.